Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
A 10-year proposal from the Minnesota governor regarding transportation safety concerns. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. Minnesota's Governor Mark Dayton is proposing $330 million worth of safety improvements at 75 of the state's most dangerous and congested rail crossings. And here in the Valley, local fire chiefs and other emergency responders welcome the proposed legislation. As Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us, small local fire departments would need all the help they can get to handle a catastrophic train derailment.
Oil trains roll right through the heart of many towns across our region, day and night. And with the massive amounts of oil being transported by rail, it seems we're seeing more and more derailments and explosions like the one in Castleton. The possibility of it happening in the middle of a town is a fire chief's nightmare.
That would be a very big nightmare if we had something like that happen right in the center of our town, you know, with the concentration of people and businesses.
And here in Crookston, as in many other communities around our region, the police department and even fire department are located right next to the railroad tracks. A derailment could put emergency responders out of service.
Chief Frober says they already have mutual aid agreements with surrounding communities and railroad companies to respond if that worst-case scenario happens. He says railroad companies have already paid for some disaster training for their officers. He says the governor's plan released today to provide more training for first responders is welcome news.
He's been helping a lot with providing training, requiring the rail companies to provide training and resources for all of us.
So any of this, everything helps.
Oh, you bet. Governor Dayton and the rail companies have been, you know, they're really going to help us a lot in response to any of this.
And while everyone hopes it never happens in their town, it appears some programs are in place, along with proposed legislation that could make first responders across Minnesota prepared for the worst. In Crookston, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
And the chief notes that it's not only oil cars that cause a potential danger. Rail companies haul all kinds of hazardous materials through towns. Well, a victory for supporters of a bill that would tell women their breast tissue type. That's because today a Senate passed the bill by 33-13. It will now be heading to the governor's desk. The bill will require doctors to inform women if they have dense breast tissue. Supporters say breast cancer is less detectable in these types of breasts, and it's important that people know what kind of tissue they have. The information would be included in a letter that already goes out to patients after they have a mammogram. Well, another absolutely beautiful day in the Valley. Even though it's windy, we can't complain because last week it was about 60 degrees colder than this. Let's turn it to Hutch now for the latest. Hutch?
Yes, waking up with morning lows in the teens below zero make this 52 degrees feel marvelous right now in Fargo. The wind gusting, and it's gusting over 20 miles per hour across the region, making it feel a little cooler from that northwesterly direction. Now, Jamestown, some low clouds limited your heating in the afternoon to the 30s, now rising rapidly through the 40s as the sun breaks through. Your wind also from the northwest at 20 miles per hour. Look at the clearing taking place on the visible satellite imagery. It's taking place across the entire eastern third of North Dakota, but still clouds holding temperatures at bay out to the east. Looks like a dry night. However, we do have a flash flood watch in effect. This is for Nelson County. There has been a 5-foot hole discovered in the Tolna Dam, and officials are monitoring it. They've closed Highway 15 between Highway 20 and Highway 1. Planning forecast this evening will be in the 40s most of the evening with the northwest breeze that decreases just after sunset. So get out and enjoy. Break out the barbecues, the shorts, and the sprinkler hoses because the weekend is upon us. I'll have details here in a few minutes.
Can't wait. All right, thanks, Hutch.
Yes.
2 people were sent to the hospital after a car crash this afternoon. They are suspected to have some injuries. The driver that caused the crash didn't see the cars ahead of them, stopped, and rear-ended the first vehicle. 3 cars were involved in this crash. Well, coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, we ask the tough questions. Why has a man facing felonies been able to walk as a free man? Ayub Haji Abakar is a familiar face to law enforcement. Now he's facing 4 counts, gross sexual imposition, simple assault, and 2 counts of reckless endangerment after allegedly raping and assaulting a woman in North Fargo. A public search of Abakar shows that he's been in charge in Cass County Court more than 30 times since 2005. We're going to have much more at 6 and how he was able to be let out with all the issues with the law. Formal charges have been filed against a Grafton woman accused of locking 4 young children in a dog cage. Jordan Nelson's charged with 4 counts of felony abuse and neglect of a child and 4 counts of felonious restraint. Court documents say the cage was located in the basement of the home that Nelson shares with the child's biological mother. Now, a preliminary hearing for Nelson is scheduled for April 13th. A Minnesota man has been found guilty of killing his girlfriend by setting her house on fire. Charles Jones of Ponsford was convicted of second-degree murder in the death of Shalonda Clark. Jones set a fire that killed the woman in the home that they shared. Back in December 2013, deputies found Jones outside of the home covered with soot and burns. He told emergency crews that someone was missing and might be inside the home. He later admitted to setting the house on fire while Clark was sleeping. She died in the home. Not everything you hear may be true. A new phone scam is going around claiming to be the IRS, and it sounds something like this.
Officially a final notice from IRS, Internal Revenue Services. The reason of this call is to inform you that IRS is filing lawsuit against you. To get more information about this case file, please call immediately on our department number.
And if you get a suspicious call like this, you should report it to police right away. Unfortunately, many have fallen victim to IRS scams. The Star Tribune's reporting more than 3,000 people have fallen for the trick since 2013 and were conned out of a total $15.5 million. And if you ever need help uncovering fraud or corruption in your community, please call our Whistleblower Hotline. We'll do our very best to get to the bottom of it. Just call 701-237-6576. Leave your tip with us. A member of our investigative team will then get on the case and go to work exposing the truth for you. What was thought to be a green light given by federal regulators has turned red. Powdered alcohol is once again trying to be banned in North Dakota. It joins several states attempting to ban the product, including Minnesota. The substance is called Palcohol, and it's meant to be mixed in with drinks. The company that makes Palcohol hopes, though, to begin selling it this summer. Have you ever heard the saying, don't cry over spilled milk? Well, it wasn't milk that was spilled in the NDSU campus, but the incident did create quite a commotion. Fargo fire officials say a student and a researcher were working in a lab when they accidentally knocked over a bottle of chemical creating vapors. The room where the spill occurred was venting and the building returned to normal operations. Many disabled vets return home from combat only to be sent to live in a nursing home, away from their family and the life that they were hoping to lead. Now 2 senators are finding a way to bring our wounded vets home to their own house.
From the front lines of Iraq and Afghanistan to the front door at home, veterans bear scars that last long after the fight.
Many disabled vets could not survive without some caring person.
For the last 5 years, 22,000 severely disabled veterans have been able to get funds from the VA through the Caregivers program. The best part? They get to stay home.
They're right where they want to be, they're doing well, and it's a fraction of the cost.
Right now, you can only get these benefits if you've served after 9/11. But now, Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Baldwin are looking to expand the program.
It's the right thing to do without question.
If the bill passes, any disabled vet could get a stipend, regardless of when they served. That's up to $36 grand each year. For Senator Durbin, it's the economics that drive the expansion.
Do you know what it costs to put a vet in a nursing home for a year?
The VA spends more than $300,000 on each veteran in a nursing home. He says most don't even want to be there.
They want to be with their families rather than to be in a nursing home.
Under the new plan, 88,000 more veterans could move home. But it's not just the vets that will get the help. This program will provide assistance to the caregivers as well.
We also have to support the family members who have sacrificed while they served and now devote themselves to the care of a severely disabled loved one.
Because serving our country is a family affair, and these senators want to keep the vets home with their loved ones after they've returned from combat. From the Valley News Live Washington Bureau, I'm Alex Miller.
The original bill was introduced by Hillary Clinton when she served in the Senate. Senator Durbin picked it up while Clinton then went to the State Department. Let's take a look now at Mother Nature. Look at this. The Minnesota DNR set up a live webcam capturing this American beauty. This is the 3rd year that the DNR's non-game wildlife program has streamed live video from a bald eagle's nest. If you'd like to continue watching, we have a link for you on valleynewslive.com. Just click on the hot button. And share with us your favorite photos that capture nature's beauty on the Valley News Live Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and then post it there. Bagpipes, dancing, bangers and mash. You can get your dose of Irish fun this weekend at the annual Celtic Festival. The free events tomorrow at the Yumcumps from 10 to 4 p.m. Dancers will be showing off their fancy footwork at traditional Irish dancing, and bagpipes and drums will be filling the center with music.
It is loud. It's very loud. They kick off the whole festival at 10 a.m. and literally the whole building is filled with the sound of the bagpipes, which is really neat. It's a great way to kick off the festival. And they've also got drums that they do, so it's just a really great sound.
And the band Heather and Thistle will play at 10 and 12:30 p.m. Still ahead tonight, an issue with the tens of thousands GM cars that can cause problems when the car is simply idling.
No records broken today with temperatures in the cooler 50s thanks to a northwest wind. That wind shifts and becomes southerly. A gorgeous weekend ahead. I'll have hour-by-hour details coming up right after this.